Welcome to the Sunnyside of IRC, where we spotlight the innovative and creative programs happening all over Indian River County that are supporting our community. Welcome to a very special episode of the Sunnyside of IRC, where we focus in on the amazing things that are happening right here in Indian River County. And today it is about the remarkable efforts after Hurricane Milton. Today we have the privilege of hearing from leaders who really spearheaded recovery efforts all over Indian River County and brought together leaders and stakeholders to make sure everyone in Indian River was taken care of. We're going to start off with Meredith Egan, the marvelous executive director of United Way. And we want to also give credit to Vero Beach High School's Career and Tech Education class under the guidance of Todd Wood for helping us produce and direct these episodes. So we will be right back with Meredith Egan.
Hi, I'm Sophia with VBTV, and this is Meredith. Thank you for joining us, Meredith. Before we begin, could you please introduce yourself and tell us about your role at United Way?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me here, Sophia. My name is Meredith Egan. I'm the CEO at United Way of Indian River County. Normally, we focus on supporting local nonprofits and raising funds in the areas of education, health, and financial stability. But in the event of a disaster, we were kind of the lead nonprofit that helped raise money to support disaster recovery relief and coordinate some local partners to provide resources.
Awesome. Meredith, can you share how much was received in pledges and elaborate on how these funds are being utilized to aid the community?
Sure. So right during the storm, actually, we helped set up a fund and start raising money right even before the storm was over. To date, we've raised about $2 million through lots of generous supporters in our community. Vero Beach High School, Vero Bean, actually did a fundraiser for us, so thank you very much. We had all sorts of people come out and do very creative fundraisers, but like I said, about $2 million has been raised. Initially, we wanted to meet those basic needs of people right after the storm, so we did lots of food distribution. We did about $200,000 in food, but a lot of the funds have been dedicated to housing, so either home repairs, tarps, helping people find new mattresses, mold, cleaning out the drywall. There was about $1.4 million put out in housing. A lot of people needed to move to new homes, so they needed rental assistance or utility assistance. And then we've done about a creative program we created was about $100,000 in thrift store vouchers. Mm-hmm. So anybody that had damage to clothing or household items, they could go to our local thrift stores and shop with a voucher. So we did about $100,000 in that. And we have about $500,000 earmarked for future long-term recovery efforts.
Awesome. What are some of the challenges that you've encountered in this effort, and how have you addressed them?
I think the biggest challenge was they've never done this before. Not many of us have lived through a hurricane, so trying to figure out how to respond and who to talk to. But I think because we were United Way, we have partners in place like United Against Poverty and Treasure Coast Homeless Services Council, the Salvation Army, Indian River County. So we kind of knew who to call, but I think the biggest challenge was just not having lived through it before. There wasn't really a plan. So we were sort of just making it up as we went along. But we had such a collaborative, generous community, and people were willing to come out and either volunteer and clean up or just help pack things for people who had lost everything. So it was very helpful to have such a generous community come out and help.
And lastly, could you share a story that highlights the impact of United Way's efforts during this crisis?
There's so many stories. I'm sure you know some people that may have been affected. There's one person in particular I can think of. She was just starting a new job. She has 2 daughters in high school, and her entire roof was gone. Both of her daughters' bedrooms were completely destroyed. So imagine your bedroom at home, her mattress, her clothes, everything. For 2 teenage girls, she needed to find a new place to live, start her new job, so she couldn't take time off work. So she just had so many things going on. So we were able to buy new mattresses for her entire family, which are expensive, and also help her find a new place to live and help her with that first, last, and security deposit, so that she didn't have to use her credit card or use her savings, and she was able to continue to work. So that was, it's just there was a lot of intricate things that were involved with her, and so we were able to step in and help her. So she comes to mind.
It's awesome. Well, thank you, Meredith, for coming in today, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Indian River County, where the ordinary is extraordinary. This is discovery. This is adventure. This is tranquility. This is culture. This is cuisine. This is relaxation. This is Indian River County. Plan your visit today.
Hello, I'm Ethan here with VBTV, and today I'm here with Wendy. Welcome to our show. Please introduce yourself and describe your role at United Against Poverty.
Hi, my name is Wendy McDaniel. I'm the Crisis Stabilization Manager at United Against Poverty, and we help people who come into our center with any type of a crisis.
What specific challenges does your organization face in meeting those of the affected after the hurricane?
We had a lot of challenges after the hurricane because we had so many people in our community that needed assistance, and the assistance was so many different things. Some people experienced total devastation, and some people just needed some assistance putting food back in their refrigerator, for example. So it was varied.
How does collaboration with other organizations enhance your effectiveness in these situations?
So collaboration is very important in these situations. And in Indian River County, that's something that we do very well. The organizations that are here to help, we communicate, we share resources, and it's vital for us to be effective and efficient.
Thank you, Wendy, for your time, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Indian River County, where the ordinary is extraordinary. This is discovery. This is adventure. This is tranquility. This is culture. This is cuisine. This is relaxation. This is Indian River County. Plan your visit today.
Thank you for joining us today. Could you start by introducing yourself and explaining your role within the Emergency Operations Center?
Yeah, thanks for having me. My name is Mike Smilovich. I'm the Mitigation Recovery Specialist for Indian River County Emergency Management. During an activation, essentially I coordinate resources and information for first responders as well as from local and state regional partners.
What are some of the immediate actions taken by the EOC to ensure community safety and support?
Yeah, absolutely. So Milton was forecast to be a West Coast impact. It did impact the West Coast. We were looking at one of the biggest West Coast evacuations in history. Obviously, this presents some significant challenges for the Emergency Operations Center in terms of planning for shelters, when to open shelters, at what intervals to open shelters. So ultimately, we wound up opening 6 shelters, one being our special needs shelter, another being our pet-friendly shelter, and then we had 4 general population shelters. So we sheltered about 775 folks.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, we also leveraged our public information officer team as well as our Everbridge account community notification system. Evacuations are something we take very seriously. We decided collectively on recommended evacuations for vulnerable housing. We had we take evacuations very seriously. I can't say that enough. Obviously, there are some social impacts, financial impacts, maybe physical limitations to impacts or to evacuations. So,
Looking forward, what steps is the EOC taking to prepare for future emergencies?
yeah, it's a great question. So, first of all, I'll say that emergency management's ever changing. There are tons of new developing technologies now, anything from AI to drones to cybersecurity issues. So, but in order to prepare for the future, we need to look at the past. So for hurricanes, we can put up shutters, we can fuel our generators, we can do all kinds of things. But tornadoes, like the historic outbreak we had in October, are a limited to no notice event. They also create some significant challenges to planning. So what we're going to do, we're going to create some topics for discussion at our Hurricane Expo. That'll be happening at the Jackie Robinson Training Center in May. Don't have an exact date lined up yet, but those are some of the things we're doing. Also, for anybody listening, our DRC is still open. It's open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the IG Center. We're also having a Florida Division of Emergency Management Town Hall on December 16th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the IG Center. And I'd like to finish by saying, like I said before, EM is an ever-changing field. We encourage everybody to be as disaster ready as possible, create a financial plan, create a disaster plan. Together we can make Indian River more resilient than it was.
Right, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time today, Mike, and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Welcome to Indian River County, where the ordinary is extraordinary. This is discovery. This is adventure. This is tranquility. This is culture. This is cuisine. This is relaxation. This is Indian River County. Plan your visit today.
You've been watching The Sunnyside of IRC, hosted, produced, and directed by Vero Beach High School's Career and Tech class under the guidance of Todd Wood. We thank you for tuning in to our show where we really dive deep into the resources and supports available all over Indian River County.